home of the North Kingstown Skippers, for tonight's basketball game between the Chargers of Chariho High School and your hometown Skippers. This evening, ladies and gentlemen, is senior night. 7 basketball players, along with 4 cheerleaders, will be making their final appearance during a regular season game tonight, and we would wish to honor them. And at this time, each senior player would like to present some gifts to their parents to say thank you for their support during their cheerleading and basketball careers. First, the senior cheerleaders. Alexa Bhavani with coach Amanda Marzullo. Abby Durand and coach Courtney Kelly. Kate Tato, parents Richard Tato and Jill Nagel. Samantha Emmerich and her parents Jackie and Tom Emmerich. Let's have And now the senior basketball players wish to thank their parents and family for their support during their basketball careers. First, Cord Lopez with Aunt Mary Gardner and grandparents Robert and Patricia Lopez. Mark Medeiros and parents Mark and Lindy Medeiros. Brad Peterson and parents Dave and Julie Peterson. Ryan Eaton and parents Scott and Regina Eaton. Smiley and his parents Drew and Jackie Smiley. Nate Izzo and his parents, Ron and Karen Izzo. Mason Kenny and his parents, Ted and Janet Kenny. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the 7 senior basketball players and their parents. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, Coach Thomas will give some special presentations. First, the scorer, Bob Sciola. And the announcer guy. Captain Mason Kenny would like to make a presentation to manager Lucas Nunez. Captain Will Smiley making a presentation to manager Derek DiBiaso. Captain Nate Izzo, statistician Charlie Marshall, statistician Scott Andrews, announcer Alex Issa, and cameraman Zach Wallace. We'd also like to recognize Jim Baker and Joe Petras as your clock operators at North Kingstown High School. And now, ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for the senior cheerleaders, their families, and the senior basketball players and their families.
And here we are, Scotty. It's senior night for the North Kingstown Skippers at Lenore Cranston Gymnasium. And an NK Skippers team with 7 seniors on the roster. What is the key for these seniors to get a win in their last home game here in front of the home fence?
Well, they're playing Chariho, a team they beat handily on the road earlier in the year. I'd expect to see something very similar tonight. Another win, move on. They've already clinched at worst a 3 seed in the tournament and a first round bye. So they're going to move already to the quarterfinals at CCRI. And they're going to look to just finish up the regular season strong, heading out to CCRI in a couple of weeks.
Right. Their last 2 games are at SK and at Exeter West Greenwich. 2 teams they have beat this year, but obviously always tougher to win on the road.
And those games are going to be more important for South Kingstown and Exeter,
right,
looking at their own playoff future.
We have the targets on our back. And so it should be a fun one for the seniors tonight. Relatively good crowd, all the parents are in the building. And the one change in the starting lineup, Ryan Eaton will start at one of the forward spots. So we should be on tap for Chargers and Skippers in just a bit. We'll be back in just a moment.
North Kingstown High School in the Lenore Cranston Gymnasium, home of the North Kingstown Skippers. Tonight's boys basketball game between the Chargers of Chariho High School and your North Kingstown Skippers. And now let's meet the starting lineup. First for the visitors from Chariho High School. At guard, 5'4" junior, number 3, Timothy Calcagni. At guard, 5'4" senior captain, number 15, Matt Breen. At guard, a 5'11" junior, number 23, Tyler Radiconi. At guard, a 6' senior, captain, number 30, Aaron Richards. And at forward, a 6'1" senior, number 33, captain, Andy Devereaux. Charges are coached by Scott Reslow, assistant coach Jody Vaca. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your hometown skipper. At guard, number 3, a senior captain, 5'10" Mason Kenny. At guard, at forward, a 6'1" senior, number 11, Ryan Eaton. At forward, a 6'4" senior, captain, number 21, Will Smiley. At center, a 6'4" senior, number 22, Brad Peterson. And at guard, 6' senior, number 25, Nate Izzo. Skippers are coached by Aaron Thomas, assistant coaches Kevin Gorley and Chris Tardy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you all please rise as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
We're ready for Skippers basketball, Scotty. It's going to be Izzo, Smiley, Peterson, Kenny, and Ryan Eaton, senior forward for the Skippers. And here's the tip. Big Red tips it out, and it's collected by Mason in the backcourt. Over to Smiley, into Eaton, trying to make the most of his minutes. Over to Izzo. Good pass by Smiley, and Nate finishes. Skippers come out in the press, Scotty. What do you think about that?
I think they want to just knock him out. Use the press and get ahead early.
Go for the KO early. And both of the Chariho Chargers guards at 5'4", so a little bit of contrast here with the Skippers' height versus the smaller size of the Chargers. Rebounded inside by Aaron Richards. Tough shot by Matthew Breen, collected by Izzo. Over to Smiley, running the point. Eaton back out to Kenny for 3, got it.
Nice play. Got Mason a wide open look from 3.
And an early 5-0 Skipper lead, 14:55 to go here in the first half. Good pressure by Kenny on Timothy Calgini. Cal Cagney running point guard. Off to Breen.
The Chariho guards are short, but they can shoot the ball.
And a 3 in the corner is no good from Richards, collected by Izzo. And Tyler Radicioni, a 5'11" junior guard, is at 67 threes this year, Scotty.
He's got a bit of a stroke, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. So this team can shoot it a little bit. So guard the 3. And I'd say probably have the edge inside tonight. They have a couple guys at 6'3", but none of them start. So
No, they're more of role players.
right.
A couple of them swing for the JV as well.
Andrew Devereaux bringing it up for the Chargers. Big Red's got him. Back out to Cal Cagney.
Chariho's having trouble getting anything going. I mean, their point guard's at the top of the key with 15 seconds on the clock.
And looked like Riccione traveled.
Shot
no
clock's
call.
at 7, and he's
Cal
not
Cagney
aware
setting
of
it up.
Oh.
And they're bailed out by a Mason Kenny foul in the backcourt. Not very good clock management there by the Chargers.
Even worse of a play, though, by Mason. Because,
Right.
I mean, the shot clock's at 5. I don't even think the kid knew that the shot clock was that low.
Does he even know that we use shot clocks in high school basketball? I don't know. And again, Charlie Marshall calling for a shutout. We'll see. And they're going to call the foul on the floor on Izzo. So, Scotty, it's for 7 of these guys, it's their last time playing in Lenore Cranston Gymnasium. So, what's that like? Is it going to be an emotional thing for them? Do they just get the job done? What's it going to be like for them?
Well, senior night's my favorite time of the year.
Oh,
but
yeah?
It's also, definitely. But it's also a bittersweet time because obviously these guys are looking forward to the playoffs.
Good pass by Mason.
Yeah, nice play. So they're looking forward to the playoffs, but at the same time, they realize their high school career is coming to a close, and for most of them, it'll be the last time they play basketball
Right.
for a team
Right.
ever again.
Except some of those YMCA adult leagues, maybe. A couple guys have a chance to play at the next level.
Yeah, it depends on the schools that they go to.
All right, Mason can probably play some D3 basketball. Actually, Mason almost certainly will play some D3 basketball. And the foul against the Skippers inside. It's on Smiley, and Richards will go to the line for 2. Trying to put the Chargers on the scoreboard. A 7-0 Skippers lead here, 13 minutes to go in the first half. And Richards' first free throw was no good.
Charlie's prediction is still in play. Last time he made this prediction, I think the score was like 2-0, and then it got killed. So,
And Richards' second free throw is good, and Charlie can put away the crystal ball. And the Skipper leads 7-1 here, and Chargers come out in a press, broken easily by the Skippers. Smiley up ahead, tough leaner. Izzo collects, no good. Big Red is good.
NK's just got too much size inside.
In games like this, post play usually plays out. Teams that shoot the 3 and have a lot of good guard play, really guard-heavy teams typically struggle in games like this.
NK's bigger guards are making it hard for these Chariho guards to do anything.
Mason Kenny used to being one of the smaller guys on the floor, and he's got 5 inches on Cal Cagney and Breen both. So, okay. Breen trying to slap the ball away from Kenny. Eaton gets it up ahead to Smiley. Kenny thought about a 3 over to Izzo on the wing. Tough cross-court pass Smiley, and he'll go to the line for 2. Smiley's fouled in the baseline drive, and with the Skippers leading 9-1 here, with 12:15 to go in the first half. Will Smiley shoot a couple, the first team foul on the Chargers. And like you said, the Skippers already locked up at least the 3 seed. As Ryan Eaton comes out, good job by him on his senior night. He's replaced by Jamel. So we've clinched at least the 3 spot, clinched the bye to the quarterfinals. Jamel Horn making his presence known, but cannot finish. And Anthony Astermelli in the game, one of the top hammer throwers in the state. Antonio, excuse me. Charlie Marshall has some track and field experience with Astermelli. And tough drive by Riccione, but collected by Horn. So, as I was saying, what can they gain by this game, Scotty? What are you playing for in this game? You've clinched the bye. I mean, is playing for a 2 seed that important, or it's just important to get the win?
Well, obviously, I think they'd like to get the 2 seed whether that's even possible,
Right.
or whether you have to kind of count on other teams to lose.
The 2 seed is still a possibility,
But you need
Right.
you need things to work
need
out.
help. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these guys want to win, no question about it. And obviously, they're up 10 points right now.
Right.
So they're off to a good start.
Right.
But this might be, I mean, this is going to be the one of the less competitive games they've had over the course of the year.
Right. And we've talked about before, how Coach Thomas certainly is going to rest his starters, but once the teams clinch spots, we talked about with the Patriots and with the Skippers, last game, and whether it's good to lose a game or if you want to keep momentum. I think for this Skipper team, certainly important just to keep the momentum, win these last 3 games that are definitely winnable, and just go into the playoffs with a full head of steam, ready to win a championship.
Yeah, the most important thing is for NK to feel like they're playing their best basketball heading into the playoffs.
As Breen hits a jump shot. And the Skipper lead cut to 9, 12-3 with 11:18 to go here in the first half. And off Smiley's hands, out of bounds. It'll be Charger basketball. We got a little battle of the cheerleading squads here tonight. Chariho has brought in their cheer squad with them on the road, something we don't see that often.
Yeah, so we got a little cheer experience going on. We might have a dance team performance at halftime.
Hopefully.
I'm not sure.
I'm crossing my fingers.
Might have 3 performances. We might have, and then our halftime guest.
That's right. We'll see who we have on at halftime.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting game tonight.
Yep. Maybe we'll see a little Ryan McDermott again in the second half, if the town of North Kingstown's lucky enough. And Devereaux bulldogs his way inside and scores. The Skipper lead cut to 7, 12-5. Horn, nice take to the basket, and he finishes.
Nice strong move there by Jamel. No real answer for Chariho.
No one even within 2 inches of him right now. For number 41, Adam Chapman into the game for the Chargers. Stands at 6'3", actually. So within an inch of him. Radiccioni gives it off to Breen. Breen lost it for a second inside. Smile to the floor. Mason comes away with it. Up ahead to Izzo. Nate's all alone, and he finishes. And Izzo's easy 2 leads the Chargers to call a timeout here. An 11 points, 16-5 Skipper lead, Scotty. Just about 10 to go here in the first half.
So far, NK started off pretty much exactly the way they wanted. They got their getting their seniors involved. They got Jamel coming off the bench tonight, and got a quick lead early. And I think they're just going to look to build on that the rest of the night.
And you want to just push the lead as big as you can early. Push, push, push. You don't want to keep teams like this around because teams that can hit the 3, like we said, guard-heavy teams usually struggle in these games, but the 3 can be the great equalizer, as we've talked about. So you don't want to leave them in striking distance. So you want to put them away while you can, and then give a chance to let the bench play a little bit and give some of your bench guys some experience for the playoffs.
And then we're going to see they've got games next week at SK and at Exeter.
Yeah.
And those are going to be games because, I mean, the starters are playing less minutes than the backups the last couple of games.
Right.
So you want to make sure your starters are ready to go come playoff time.
Right. I think that's the reason why you saw Coach Thomas get Jamel into the game right away. Still, while we're still around the 12-minute mark, just get Jamel his touches. Obviously an important player for them going forward.
I would think so.
Yeah. So we're under 10 to go here in the first half. Good hands by Jamel, pokes it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Chargers. Radiccioni inbounds on the sideline over to Breen. Back to Breen, working on Mason. Into Champlin inside, stolen away by Cor Lopez just in the basketball game along with Dom Anderson. Placing Izzo and Peterson. Mason crosses up Breen all the way, tries to go up and under. That was kind of a tough angle.
Tough move, but he's got such a ooh, nice shot there.
What were you saying? Breen's silky stroke interrupted.
He's got a nice stroke, but Mason's size advantage is really making him want to isolate on him and then drive to the basket, maybe post up a little bit.
If Mason gets a hand in his face too on defense, He's not going to get many clean looks. He'll probably get agitated. Good pass over the top of Jamel, and he can't finish, but he gets fouled. He will go to the line for 2. A 16-7 skipper lead, a 9-point skipper lead, with 8:57 to go here in the first half. So the Chargers definitely still within striking distance. Probably a little closer than Coach Thomas would like to see them right now, but as Jamel misses his first free throw. And Ryan Eaton back into the basketball game. He's replacing Will Smiley. And Jamel's second free throw rolls around and rolls in. And the skipper leads up to 10. And the skipper's in their trademark man-to-man defense. And foul called. It's going to be on Ryan Eaton on the floor. Got him with the body. And it was on the floor, so Chargers will remain possession. Out to Breen. Breen, 3 on the way, no good. Rebounded inside by Chaplin, and he scores.
That's not something you like to see, your big man getting pushed around and giving up offensive rebounds.
Especially when this is a game the skippers should dominate in the post.
Right, yeah.
Lopez gets a good look from 3, got it.
And we talked about how Coors has grown as a basketball player this whole year, and that's just a perfect example. Play where he wasn't even looking to shoot until he realized he was wide open.
Right, step back,
pulled
space,
the trigger.
Bam.
And he's really just grown completely. Confidence is through the roof.
Yep,
and that's
a lot more confidence.
what you want to see coming into the playoffs.
Absolutely. Confident teams win championships. Put that on a t-shirt. There you go. Lopez brought it up. Hands off to Mason. Working on Breen. Into Eaton. Eaton looking for someone to pass to. Gets it to Jamel. Up and under, and Jamel finishes. Good, strong finish by Jamel Horn.
Yeah, that was a nice move. He absorbed some contact traveling through the middle of the lane.
And good pass by Eaton. He got trapped a little bit, stayed calm. Put the ball in the middle where it had to be. Bradley Borsay into the game for the Chargers, number 44. He gives it off to Breen. Renicioni, and they're going to call the charge. Good job by Ryan Eaton getting his feet set. And Nate Izzo into the basketball game, replacing Mason Kenny. And Nate gives it off to Cord to bring it up.
This isn't a lineup we're used to seeing very often.
No, it's not.
Got Cord running the point, Izzo and Eaton playing the wings.
Yeah, I guess so. And Horn and Anderson inside, a little more customary. 6:35 to go here in the first half. A 22-9 skipper lead. And a pretty much capacity, at least on one side of the stands, Lenore Cranston Gymnasium for senior night. Champlin, a little floater, no good. Off the bottom of the backboard, gets his own rebound. It was a design play, he drew it up like that. Renicioni, no good, rebound Eaton. Off to Lopez, will bring it up. Renicioni with 67 threes this year, like we said, but he has not gotten that number to 68 tonight. Eaton, good pass to the streaking Izzo. Nate can't finish. And Breen in transition brings it back. Champlin at the free throw line. Nope. Back out Breen with the left hand. Cannot finish. Rebound
nice
Jamel.
move, though, by the little guy going inside. Got his shot off and just
using the left hand.
Rattled out.
And Jamel was in the air, and it's going to stay skipper basketball. Aaron Richards back into the game for the Chargers, and Big Red back into the game for the Skippers. He replaces Dom Anderson.
Because we're seeing lineups that we're not used to seeing play together, I think it's affecting our offense a little bit. Only 22 points through the first 11 minutes.
Right. But still up by 13.
Right.
Playing good defense against a team that's not very strong offensively. So they should be all right, even if they're mixing the lineups a little bit. Verdicioni tried to go baseline, and it's going to be on Eaton. It's Ryan's second. And Smiley into the game, replacing Eaton after the foul. Verdicioni to inbound. And they're going to start. Oh, Izzo almost picked his pocket. But Aaron Richards collected. Over to Breen. Good pass inside to Champlin, and swatted. And that brought the crowd to its feet, Scotty.
I don't know exactly what Chariho was thinking there.
Yeah.
I mean, kid passed it he passed up a layup to a guy a foot away, and then he was pretty much asking for it to get swatted.
Yep. And Izzo almost stole it away in the backcourt again. Breen out of control, and Brad Pearson says, let's do that again. And Izzo finishes, and you can count it.
And one.
Now there's a little electricity in here on senior night, Scotty. And Izzo trying to complete the three-point play, and he does. And defense creates some offense there, Scotty, and the lead back up to 16 points. A good defense is a good offense, as they say.
They do say that, and it's very true.
I don't know exactly who the they is, but they say it.
So we'll say it.
All right.
Especially when you play defense the way we played on that last possession, where single-handedly forced them into a turnover. Get it and one.
And senior Mark Medeiros into the basketball game, replacing Nate Izzo. And with 4:24 to go here in the first half, a 25-9 Skipper lead. Mason Kenny also back into the basketball game.
There he goes.
Nice take by Mason. He'll get rewarded with free throws. Pretty much when Mason Kenny wants to get to the line, he can. When he goes to the hole, he either scores or gets fouled pretty much every time. So,
in the games where NK gets in trouble, it's games where they're not calling fouls when he drives into the lane. They like the St. Ray's game.
Which tends to happen more on the road, yeah. Must have been a little hazy in that gym that night because the St. Ray's refs weren't seeing that much. But it was a tough overall night for Mason shooting the ball, but could have gotten a couple calls, got a couple of bad rolls. It happens, even to guys like Mason Kenny. Breen bringing the ball up for the Chargers. The Skipper lead now up to 27-9 here. Just under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Into Devereaux, steps back on Big Red. Pretty good move inside by Devereaux.
Yeah, good play right there. Nice footwork by the center for Chariho.
Right. Good pass by Brad, finding Jamel. Can't get the bounce. Medeiros looking for the rebound inside, can't get it. Breen in transition. Has Verdicioni, he'll pull up, got it. Kick and shoot the ball a little bit.
Yeah, and he loves that rhythm shot off the fast break where he pulls up.
Good pass by Kenny to Jamel. And that is how you make it happen. The M and K and Mason and make it happen come from Mason Kenny, Scotty. And Horn getting a lot more explosive on the baseline. Doesn't need to be in transition anymore. You give him space, he can throw down on you if you're not looking. And there's a little razzle-dazzle in the first half for you. Jamel Horn dunk off the fantastic pass by Kenny. Mason has Smiley up ahead. He gives him the ball. Smiley turns up, and he got swatted. Devereaux taking a page out of the Brad Peterson and the Jamel Horn playbook there and swatted Smiley, but if you look up at the scoreboard, a 29-13 Skipper lead. So Medeiros for three, no. And 2:35 to go here, and the Skipper leads at 29-13 over the Chariho Chargers. Wearing the green unis. And Devereaux, no. Medeiros got hammered. No call. Mark had the rebound, got abused, but the ref thought otherwise. Devereaux working on Big Red again, tries the turnaround, no good. Rebound Jamel. Mason looks to push as we're just over 2 minutes to go. That pass is tipped and stolen. Radicioni into the front court. Medeiros gets hammered again. And it takes Medeiros getting tackled to get a call out of the ref.
You feel like if Mark hits 1-3 tonight, it's going to make his confidence go through the roof.
Right.
It's going to lead to more and more shots because it's just been so long since he's hit one in a game that if he hits one, I think it's going to get him on a roll, and that'll lead to more. And going to the line right now, I think is going to help him too.
Let's get the stroke down.
Yeah.
Show him that he can still shoot the ball. He knows he can. And the free throw's no good. And if we see a team in the playoff that plays zone, you're going to want Medeiros to be able to come and hit the three if you're down by a little bit and need to get back in the basketball game. So, yeah, definitely would be nice if he could hit one here tonight. And he should have the opportunity. He should get some looks. Breen goes baseline. Horn got some ball, but also some hand, apparently, as the foul is called on Jamel. 1:36 to go here in the first half, a 29-13 Skipper lead. If this game stays around a 15, 16-point game, how much do we see the starters in the second half?
I would say you'd see pretty much the same that you saw this half, where you see the starters play pretty much most of it, but at the same time, Coach Thomas has worked in all the bench players too. They saw the senior bench players.
Right. And speaking of seniors, Cord Lopez about to check back into the basketball game as we are just under 1:30 to play here in the first half. Horn for three, no good. Rebound Medeiros. Back up with it and he scores. Good play by Mark. There's a little confidence boost. It's the offensive board and finishes off the glass. Radicioni bringing it up, working on Smiley off the Devereaux. Radicioni again. Devereaux on the wing, no good. Long rebound. Champlin blocked by Jamel. Champlin tries to collect, and Smiley will come away with it. He has Medeiros on the wing. Takes it himself. Out to Kenny for three. Got it. And the Skipper lead at 19 now, 34-15. Scotty, we're in blowout territory.
Yeah, this is exactly where the Skippers want to see it heading into halftime. About a 20-point game.
Yep.
And it'll allow them more flexibility in the second half to do more whatever they want.
Right. Breen all the way to the rim. Nice take. He's quick.
Yeah, he was their player that made the big difference last time we played them, so not surprising that he's put up some points tonight.
He's small at 5'4", but he has the ability to get under people, and he can shoot the ball a little bit, so you don't want to give him too much space. And Smiley at the buzzer. Got it! There's a buzzer beater from Will. And as we go to the half, a 36-17 Skipper lead on senior night, and all the seniors chipping in as all 7 of them have played here in the first half. And we go to the locker room with a 19-point, 36-17 Skipper lead. We'll be back in just a moment on NK18. NK18 halftime show, and I'm pleased to have my good friend and senior tennis player Andy Chatham with us. Andy, how you doing?
I'm excellent. How are you, Alex?
I'm good, thank you, Andy. Better now that you're here, certainly. So as I mentioned, you play tennis. Your third year on varsity coming up. What are you looking forward to most about the season?
Well, I'm looking forward to racking up a couple more wins than we got last year.
Okay.
We didn't really play so well last year. Didn't adjust to the change of divisions very well, but we're looking to cruise into the playoffs. Get a couple big wins over maybe some cross-town or cross-county rivals.
Right.
Pick up some successful notches on our belt.
And
looking towards some success, actually, a lot of it.
Speaking of success, you're also on the mock trial team.
Well, I don't know if you would put success and mock trials in the same sentence this year. We weren't very good. We followed up our undefeated inaugural season with an completely and utterly defeated second season. So
wow.
I don't know if you could say success and mock trials were synonymous with each other this year.
It's not usually how things progress with teams. What happened? Did you lose a lot of key seniors last year? What happened with that?
Actually, we only lost one senior last year. We had some tough luck. Didn't have some calls go our way. We could have trained a little bit harder, I felt, but we had some tough losses in the end.
Your training regimen wasn't where it should be?
No, absolutely not. We didn't really start the preseason like the way I wish we can.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
So let's go back to tennis a little bit. That's your main sport, if you will. I don't know if mock trial is a sport.
No, it's actually not
definitely not a sport at all.
Yet.
But I'm sure the RIL is working on it. So would you say you're more of one of the country club types with tennis, or are you a street tennis player?
I'm definitely a street tennis player. I take tennis back to its very roots, which I actually don't even know about tennis's roots. I don't know where it came from, but I imagine that they were very
I'd guess England.
Rough and tumble,
yeah.
Apparently. And I like to tend to mix it up a little bit, get in my opponent's heads, which I also carry into my basketball fan participation. I usually sit in the front row and, enjoy a little bit of banter with the other team's best player. But I like to carry that over into the tennis season as well.
It's all about the passion with you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know that too well. So yeah, you and fellow senior tennis player Chris Kiernan, who's was to my left, now he's vacated the area. You guys always take those two front row seats. How important is it to you to be up and close in the action?
We hold it down in the front row because, basically it's like, no one else really cheers except for us in the front row.
Calling out the Black Sea.
Yeah,
Scotty and I do it all the time. I agree.
Yeah. It's disappointing, but it's understandable. Me and Kern and Riley O'Brien actually make up for most of the lack
It's
of cheering
good when you
from
watch
the
the
rest of
broadcast. You can see the front row. It's good to see you and Chris borderline storming the court.
I'm in the bottom right-hand corner on this
Usually
side
wearing
of the court
something
right
eccentric like you are now. You've got some purple, some pink, some light blue.
Yeah.
Definitely
I'm
secure in
looking
your
fabulous
manhood.
as usual.
Yes, you are looking fabulous. That's to say the least. All right, Andy. So you talked about cruising the playoffs with tennis, which you're hoping to do this year. What do you think about this NK basketball team cruising into the playoffs? You think we got a good shot to win it all?
Well, I think if we keep playing the way that we're playing and we keep making our layups like we've been making our layups this game.
It's all about layups, absolutely.
Well, especially when you're playing a team like this, these kids got leprechauns in their team. It's not really like whether you can get into the playoffs with NK basketball at this point. It's whether you can win.
They've already clinched the first round bye to the quarterfinals.
We're not trying to get to the playoffs. We're trying to win it all. And
That's right.
You know what? I think we have a very good chance of doing that, especially with the huge fan section, which always shows up for the playoffs.
It does.
We may not be here in the regular season.
That's right.
We show up in the playoffs.
We have the best fair weather fans in the state.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, all right, Andy. Well, I'm sure you'll be along for the ride. It's been great to have you on, and I'm sure we'll see plenty of you during tennis season.
Oh, yeah. Look for me at court 5. I'll be the one screaming.
Okay. Talk to you later,
Thanks
Andy.
for having me on,
No
Alex.
problem. You look amazing, by the way, with the purple hat. All right, buddy. And pleased to welcome Scotty Andrews back to the broadcast booth. Andy Chatham adding a little color to our lives over here. And as he walks away, the yellow, pink, and blue are blinding me on his sweatshirt. But Scotty, your insight is also blinding. What are the keys to the second half here? Just get guys some minutes, get guys some confidence going forward?
Yeah, you're looking for the starters to kind of put up another 10-point lead, increase it to about 30.
Yep.
And then
as Devereaux hits a jumper.
And then get the bench a little more experience. Get in Bolter, DeShantis, Quenu, get those guys some more minutes.
It's going to be Kenny, Horn, Big Red, Izzo, and Smiley, your typical starting five here to start the second half. So we'll see how long the starters stay in. Mason's jumper no good, collected by Big Red, and he finishes.
Chariho's got no answer for that. They forced Mason. Mason pretty much got the shot he wanted to take, and he missed it, and Brad just went up and got it and put it in. So
absolutely.
Chariho's not going to be able to stick around if they give up those kind of plays.
Skipper lead back up to 19 at 38-19. Tough shot by Devereaux fading away, and Big Red comes down with the rebound. Smiley over to Peterson. Back up top, Kenny Hill set it up here with a 19-point, 38-19 Skipper lead, just under 15 to go in the ballgame. Smiley goes baseline, tough shot collected by Champlin. Breen pushes up ahead to Radiccioni in transition, no good. Brad Peterson with his second rebound of the half.
Not sure how that wasn't a foul, as he's holding his face.
Backdoor to Horn, he could not collect. That ball's you, Scotty. Scotty Andrews collects the loose ball. We'll give him a rebound.
Rebound, give me an assist as well.
Okay, we'll give you the rebound and the assist.
Filling up the stat sheet.
A triple-double for you is 1 rebound, 1 assist, and a bucket, but the bucket's real hard. The bucket means we're going to need a miracle or you're going to get arrested, so let's hope you don't get your triple-double tonight. And the Chariho offense just honestly not looking good here. Not much flow. The ball stays out in the perimeter for most of the possession, then they throw it inside. And that's a foul on Mason. His second. Breen working on his own. In the corner, Radiccioni. There's the 3 from him. His 68th of the year, Scotty.
Good job to get him open for the look. Mason aggressive to the basket, no foul. And
Breen will push it. Radiccioni again, stripped by Smiley. Up ahead to Horn, back to Kenny, back to Horn on the alley-oop, and it falls in. He couldn't quite throw it down. Good decision by Mason Kenny, though, and actually a pretty good alley-oop.
Yeah, he did a nice job of setting it up. You can see that's what both of them were thinking the whole time running down the court.
Breen hammered, and Big Red blocks it at his hip.
But that's the kind of thing you like to see, where your point guard and your center don't have to say anything, and yet they know exactly what each other is thinking.
Right. Brad with nearly a foot on Breen. And the block definitely showed the ill effects of that. A 40-22, 18-point Skipper lead, just over 13 minutes to go in the game. Good pass inside by Aaron Richards, and Devereaux finishes. And the starters remain in the basketball game. Smiley working on Richards, back out to Kenny for 3, got it.
Mason's been on fire tonight from behind the arc.
When is Mason not on fire?
Hopefully he'll be on fire all the way through the playoffs.
That's right. A couple rough games the last couple games. The St. Ray's game was one of his probably lowest moments as a Skipper. They lost the ball game against a mediocre team. He only had 4 points, but it's good to see he's back in the rhythm tonight, hitting a couple threes, not turning the ball over. Almost threw an alley-oop.
Still got an assist for that.
That's right. The alley portion was there, but the oop just wasn't quite where it had to be. But Jamel, credit Jamel for still finishing. That's right.
So.
A lot of times when that's forced, you don't get the bucket at all. Kenny pulled up, thought about it. Good pass to Horn inside. That's playing to your strengths, taking advantage of your height.
Lead up to 21.
Breen walks it up for the Chargers. The Chariho basketball Chargers. I get a laugh from Charlie Marshall. That's about it. That's all I deserve for that one. Smiley over to Izzo on the wing, into Big Red. I like it. Sound like a lot of hand. No call. And a couple of seniors back into the basketball game, replacing a couple more seniors. Smiley, Izzo out, Eaton, Lopez in. Scotty, you got to like that even still with a big lead, the Skipper's still pounding the basketball inside, trying to score in the post. Kenny's shot is short. Radiccioni out in transition. Behind the back, almost lost it. And nearly throws it away. Nice collection and finish by Bradley Borsay.
Good play. Little athleticism, not used to it.
You said it, Scotty. You're always the controversial one. I'll just sit back while you get the threats. Peterson, tough. A little tough off the backboard there. And Calgagny back in the game. Richards again, no good. Rebound, Eaton. Kenny, skip pass, Kenny to Lopez. He finishes with the left hand. Nice find by Mason. And Calgagny working on Lopez. Backdoor, Richards up and under, no good this time. And Horn with the rebound. Lopez will bring it up off to Kenny. Kenny into Eaton. Ryan tries getting it to Jamal. It's tipped. And Champlin comes away with it off to Calgagny. Trying to spin past Lopez. But didn't go forward very much on the spin. Richards on the wing. Eaton has him. And no good by Radicchioni. Big Red comes down with it. Kenny in transition. And for three again, Mason Kenny lighting it up here, Scotty.
Yeah, this is his night tonight. Senior night. He's the leading scorer on the team, and he's feeling it tonight from beyond the arc.
Just over 14 points a game for Kenny. And 5 rebounds this half for Brad Peterson. In just over 6 minutes of action. Calgagny. Tough for him to get a shot off against the much taller Skipper defenders. Off to Radicchioni, forces it, got it.
So the shooter for Chariho is starting to come alive a little
And
bit.
the 69th three of the year for Radicchioni. So a couple threes here for their streaky shooting guard. Kenny again for three. No good on that one. He had made his previous three. Calgagny over to Richards, trying to get by Eaton. Pulls it back out. So with a 21-point lead here, Scotty, 8:30 to go. Pretty much a foregone conclusion. I don't mean to call it this early, but let's talk a little playoff basketball here. Coming up, we've got a bye to the quarterfinals clinched. We don't know who we're going to play. And as Radicchioni hits another three. 70 now. The Radicchioni three count keeps growing, but what does the Skipper team need to do in the playoffs to win a state championship?
Well, they proved that they could play with pretty much everyone except for Hendricken.
Right.
And if they get a matchup with them again, I'm sure they're going to come to play a little more than they did the first meeting. But they showed they can beat Woonsocket. They showed that they could beat the other powers in the state. So obviously they're one of the teams to beat looking ahead. They've got SK and Exeter West Greenwich next week, or this coming week, to finish out the season. Those both are good tests in league, but at the same time, those are games we should win. We beat them
they
here.
They both beat at home, right? Smiley, tough take, tipped around. Smiley regains possession, can't finish again. And it's going to stay Skipper basketball. Scotty, one of their big problems this year has been free throw shooting. They're under 60% on the season. Shooting free throws, is that going to hurt them in the playoffs?
Well, free throw shooting, I'd say, is a problem for most high school teams.
Right.
But in close games, it always tends to come down to free throw shooting. So obviously that'll be something they need to continue to work on leading up to the playoffs.
Could you see it hurting them, or are they just too strong on the perimeter and inside?
I mean, I think they're going to either win or lose regardless of their free throw shooting. If they lose, it might be by a couple of points, but I don't think the free throw shooting is the only thing that'll be the reason that they lose.
Right.
And same if they win.
Lopez is a deep three from the corner.
Because even though they might not be a great free throw shooting team, I haven't seen any teams that really are terrific free throw shooting teams either.
Richards.
That was an unorthodox three.
Yep. Can't even really call it a jump shot. More like a really long free throw. Mason. Tough pass to Smiley. Smiley the fadeaway. Cannot get the roll. Rebound comes down to Astermelli. And Radiccioni will see a couple of free throws here. But they are one of the top 3 teams in the state at least. Could finish second in the state. And like you said, the only test this team has not passed is the Hendricken test. His first free throw is good.
Yeah, I mean, Hendricken really showed that when we played them that they have the athleticism, the height, the strength to pretty much dominate. And they dominated us.
Right.
They lost to Woonsocket, a team we beat, so that gives us a little hope. But we got to come ready to play if we play Hendricken. And really, with whoever we play, we have to be ready to play.
And
because against St. Ray's, that's what was the reason we lost.
I was just going to bring that up. That was a game they tended to overlook. They're likely to not overlook any games in the playoffs because obviously every game means so much. Single elimination. But as we're in a timeout here, 17-point, 53-36 Skipper lead. So they're still looking good here with 6:46 to go. This one looks pretty good. But like you said, it's just second time around. It's probably going to be easier. You don't know if they play Hendricken again, second time around. You've seen them once, usually easier. That first time, though, the only time they've been blown out this year.
Right.
The Rogers game was close. The St. Ray's game was close.
Yeah, that was the game where a little rattled.
Right.
Played in a tough environment. But that was a good test because the playoffs are going to be a tough environment to play in. And that was a good learning experience.
Right.
Showed.
And Brendan Degnan also didn't miss. That kid just could not miss that night. So.
Yeah, right. I mean, he had one of his best shooting performances of his career.
When you have a kid at 6 threes against you, it's tough to win. And Radiccioni is fouled, shooting the basketball. He'll go to the line for 2.
And then you think about how NK's developed as a team since that point.
Right.
You've had Cord played so much better. I mean, obviously we had J.O. at that point. We lose him.
Right.
But you gain Cord playing so much better than he was at the first time we played Hendricken.
Right.
And Dom Anderson's emerged as a force inside, giving great toughness.
Both Anderson and Lopez have gotten a lot more confident this year and have been able to contribute a lot more here down the stretch. Both free throws good by Radiccioni. The Skipper lead down to 15. And
for NK to beat the state champs this year, it's going to require total team effort.
Yeah.
You got to get everyone's best performance for the stretch.
I was just going to say that. This team will win as a team. I mean, you've got Mason Kennedy as the obvious star player, but Mason Kennedy runs the offense, gets people involved, and that's why this team wins as a team. And they're people can pick up the slack.
It's going to be a team effort because you can't just have Mason playing his best. You got to have everybody playing their best.
And definitely something that favors them is that they're a team that can beat you in the post. They can beat you inside on offense and defense. They don't need to rely on the 3. They can hit the 3 if they have to with Lopez and Kenny, but they're a team that will bang the ball inside. And I think come playoff time, it's a lot better. If you get frazzled, it's a lot more comforting to be able to dump the ball inside if you have to get points instead of having to hit 3s. Bradley Borsay back in the game for the Chargers. And the Skipper lead down to 14, 53-39, 5:50 to go in the basketball game.
And come playoff time, where guard play is so crucial, it's going to be important for Cord to be able to be a secondary ball handler.
Right.
Especially where teams turn up the pressure with the season on the line.
Right. And you can count it for Mason Kenny. And there's a way for Kenny to get 3 points. And we'll take 3s like that in the playoffs all the time. If you can get to the line after you make a bucket. Take 3 the old-fashioned way any day of the week. And the free throw rims out for Kenny, but he had his own rebound. Smiley got it. Smiley baseline finishes.
He's got to get a patent on that move right there.
I think he already does. I saw him at the U.S. Patent Office last week. I imagine he was doing it for that move. I don't know why else he would be there. Who knows what Will invented, though? You never know.
Well, he is the candy man.
That's right. He is the candy man. So is Brad. And the Chariho cheerleaders apparently unaware that a scoreboard is in the building because still cheering as though the Chargers have a shot in this ball game. always been my one problem. My one problem with cheerleaders, if I have one, I completely respect them for what they do. They're a sport now and all that, and I respect them for that. But the cheering, like there's still a chance to win. They don't always reflect the mood of the game, you know? Cheerleaders saying we just want a basket, one more when you're down by 30.
I would agree.
Too much for me.
But for all those cheerleaders out there with a problem for Alex Issa, you can contact him at alexissa@nksd.net. That'll be his email.
Thank you, Scotty. I'm now going to need to go into witness protection. And you have put my entire family's security in jeopardy. I appreciate that. Thank you. No, I have no problem with cheerleading. I completely respect our school's cheerleading with what they do, but I just think that sometimes the one problem I have is that the cheering doesn't affect the fact that if you're down by 20, you're saying, come on, let's get one more bucket.
I would say that's true of fans too, though, you know.
Sometimes, but fans still get upset when you're down by 20. They're not like
well, some fans
cheering. It's true. Was that a shot at the Black Sea, Scotty?
No, I'm just saying there's good fans, there's bad fans, there's good cheerleaders, there's bad cheerleaders.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
There's good announcers, there's bad announcers.
That's right. I would like to think two good announcers sitting here, unless that was a shot.
No, I was just making a point.
You know what? We're wrapping up our season here for us too. This was kind of our senior night as well, Scotty. For Charlie, Zach, you and I. It's been a good run.
It's been fun.
It has been fun, and I appreciate what you guys have done to help me out. You know, I started this up as a project for the school, for a senior project. Took it on, something I'm interested in, wanted to do it, and you know, I knew that Scotty Andrews would be somebody who I would want to do this with and who has a lot of passion for the game and knows the game and somebody that the town of North Kingstown could really latch onto and embrace. And
I've been following Skippers basketball since Coach Thomas's inaugural season.
I hate to interrupt you, but possibly the last time Mason Kenny, Nate Izzo, and Will Smiley play on this home court as they're taken out, replaced by Medeiros, Quenu, and Eaton. So
yeah, they got a nice ovation and well-deserved.
And while it might be their last time playing here at home, still a couple more things to accomplish in their basketball careers, I'd say. A couple more things in the old checklist.
Right, well, we're kind of putting a cap on this for us. They're definitely not looking at it that way at all.
We're going to turn in our microphones for just our vocal cords screaming at the opposing teams as fans in the playoffs. And I'm happy to do it. As Lopez hits a three, I think you're always a fan first. You know, you're always a fan first. And it's been great to be able to be a part of the team. And I'm sure you've appreciated it too, but it's been a great ride. I'm glad you've been here alongside me the whole time. And Charlie and Zach, who's been filming the games, have been such a great producer. And who looks so beautiful tonight in his baby blue polo. I'm sure all the ladies are happy. Actually, probably not. Some of them, maybe. I don't know.
Some of them are, you know.
Wow.
I mean...
And Lopez again. Corey Lopez lighted up.
We were talking about his confidence, and this is really nice to see for Cord, someone who didn't even play at all last year and has really become a threat offensively.
He didn't play. He wasn't on the team last year.
He didn't play basketball, right.
There's a kid who likes to shoot threes. I imagine he played last year. Unless he has 71 threes this season, which would, I'm sure actually he does have 71 threes this season, not his career total. Maybe he didn't play last year, I don't know. Quenu to the basket, and
that just shows how much research we do.
That's right. I hope that wasn't said sarcastically. There's a lot of time and effort that goes into this. Down by 22, the Chariho cheerleaders still letting their voices be heard. Eaton tries to get it to Dom, he does. And they're going to call a travel on Dom again. Just over 2 minutes to go here, and Tommy DeShantis checks into the basketball game. And Corey gets a nice ovation. The knowledgeable fans acknowledging it might be his last time playing on the home court. And definitely a good job by Corey. Definitely some player of the game considerations for him. Good job by the senior guard. And a 65-43, 22-point Skipper lead. 1:48 to go here in the basketball game. And Medeiros and Eaton getting some valuable minutes here along with Tim Quenu. who they may need in the playoffs. Some additional ball handling, backcourt help. Swatted by Dom Anderson. Breen's head goes about up to the knees of Anderson. Eaton going to work. Oh, they're going to call a travel on Eaton. Thought he got hit. And they're keeping a score at home. Charlie Marshall does not agree. For what that matters. And the Skipper lead stays at 22. 1:30 to go here in the basketball game. So time running out on our time as broadcasters, Scotty, but definitely not running out in the Skipper season. A long way to go. Nice pass backdoor to Richards. He finishes. Skipper lead cut to 20. Tim Quinn rocking the fresh white headband tonight as he handles the basketball, mixing it up a little bit. Backdoor to Medeiros, and he finishes. Good pass inside to Medeiros. And Dave Bolter will check into the basketball game after the timeout, and that ensures that every Skipper player will get time tonight, Scott. Nice to see.
Yep, and that's 2 nights in a row. I'm not
right.
sure about the Smithfield.
Right.
But at least the last 2 home games in a row.
Cumberland and now Chariho. Really important that the Skippers did a good job putting away these teams when they had to, both Cumberland and Chariho. Games where, you know, if it's close, you have to play your starters more than you want to. You maybe don't get your bench guys enough time, but they were able to push the lead up big early and blow out teams that you're supposed to blow out, which is important. You're supposed to beat the team you're supposed to beat. So it's important to do that. Like we said, Dave Bolter into the basketball game. And Cal Cagney back in the basketball game for the Chargers. It's kind of strange. He started the basketball game, but didn't really play very much.
Well, their lack of size, I mean, they were playing when he was in the game, they had 2 guys under 5'5".
Who were 5'4", yeah.
Yeah, so, and obviously that wasn't working. So they went with more of a 1 short guard, 1 taller guard rotation.
Good finish inside by Borsay for the Chargers. Couple nice moves on the interior for him tonight. Over to Anderson. Bolter cut in to knock in the ball. Medeiros on the wing for 3. Got it! Mark Medeiros put it on the board, Scotty. That counts as 3.
And that's real important for his confidence. He got a couple of points inside, and now he's got the 3.
That's right, a 7-point evening for Mark Medeiros. Cal Cagney tries the 3. He cannot match the sharp shooting of Mark Medeiros. And it appears the scoreboard is turned off a little prematurely. Still about 20 seconds left.
I know the game's over, but
right.
they don't need to end the clock early.
They don't need to slap Chariho in the face like that. You don't even get a clock for the last 20 seconds. Dribble it out. Just take it like a man. You can stare at a blank scoreboard. We do not care. No, I'm sure they'll put it back on. Hopefully. It's important for the seniors to let the clock, see the clock visually, literally see it hit 0. Let it resonate. I'm not going to play in a Lenore Cranston Gymnasium again in my high school career, and it's back.
7 more.
It's back, folks. Those of you who thought we had a Y2K crisis of sorts going on, your TVs are working fine. 7.1 to go. Oh, 40 seconds to go. It's more like it. As Kyle Bemis, just into the game for the first time, scores.
I think that's the game.
And that'll do it. We'll never know what happened in those last 35 seconds. No, it wasn't the real clock, but it was originally 7 seconds, like we said. Time ran out. Nonetheless, a 70-47 Skipper victory, Scotty. A very necessary blowout, a team they should have beat, and they beat handily. The Chariho Chargers.